Here's the Wendy Williams Show.
Thank you for watching our show. Say hello to my co-host staffers, my studio audience, and the virtual audience at home. I'm doing okay. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Well, it's Willie and Wardrobe's version of tartan. Head to toe, but you see, Suzanne, how everything looks bigger if you wear it head to toe.
Yeah, no.
So you have to be really comfortable with yourself or not give two. I'm a bit of both at this point. Yes, welcome to the weekend. Lamar, my dear Lammy, I am on your side. And to his ex, I'm on your side. Well, it's a long time coming, but she's finally admitted. You know, recently they called off their engagement. Sabrina is her name, and remember, it's Sabrina with the mugshot. Okay, mugshot. And we've been talking about Lamar and Sabrina first being in love, then quickly getting engaged, and we called her a bit of a gold digger. And then we all agreed, well, what gold does he have to dig? He doesn't look like he spends a lot on clothing. He is Lamar, and most of the time, probably when he walks in a store, people say, oh, it's Lamar. Let's give him some big man clothes. Let's give him clothes. He seemed like his biggest expense was probably keeping up with the Kardashian family, you know, having to buy the big rings for Khloe, and, you know, then his hanger-on friends, dearly departed, one of them passed away, but, you know, his hanger-on friends who would want that Lamar Odom shine and money and stuff. But Lamar, the essence of him, just seemed like a nice guy who probably had his first dime until other people started taking from him. I don't know that, I'm just saying. Anyway, Sabrina finally has revealed this quote. You have to see people in 4 stages you marry them, before you marry them. Happy, mad, stable, and broke. Sabrina said the broke stage is when you definitely know a person really well. I agree. And I have to say, this explains then why she was in jail for beating her ex-husband in the head with a trophy. Because we saw that, some of you laughed at it, I might have snickered at it a bit, but she never said anything otherwise, so we just thought maybe she just had a tick herself, anger management, an evil woman or something, you know, a man basher. And there are some out there. We thought that her ex-husband ran into that. Well, it turns out no. Her ex-husband, everybody, oh, by the way, and she broke out of prison. Sabrina broke out of prison.
She didn't break out. She didn't break out.
She didn't?
No, she did not break out. She was only in there 180 days.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, then she spoke, which rhymes with broke. Yeah. She spoke out about her 180 days in prison, and she said, and she was there for assaulting her husband back in 2015. And here's what she said on the website On Site. Take a look.
In defending myself, you know, I hit him extremely hard, right? And so I was arrested for that. He was ex-football player, strong safety, like very strong. I couldn't do anything with that man with my hands if I wanted to, you know, like it would have done me no good. So yes, I did have a weapon. Actually, it was a trophy. I was standing next to the trophy case. I grabbed whatever I could and swung it. I've overcame it. I know my struggles. I know my growth, you know, and so literally I am 100% unbothered by anyone's opinion.
I totally agree with her. The second she said that he was an ex-football player or a football player, whatever. The point is, he's much larger than her, faster than her, more agile than her. You know, ball players, you know, they get angry when they're in the house and they're not out there on the field, a lot of them. I would have done the same thing. I prepared my home the same way. But she wasn't thinking about the trophy. The trophy was just there. But don't you have heavy stuff around your house that you plan to, maybe, you don't want to have to use it. But secretly you could use it. Like, before I had this show and I was on the radio, but I knew somebody who had an Emmy. And I said, wow, you're Emmy, but why do you keep it in your closet? Look, it's on the floor behind T-shirts. Because all I saw was a ball in the air, but I knew what the Emmy was. And so he said, because that's where you go when you have to grab something, you know, and I said, you're right. So I know my Jose Canseco bat, and I've got a pink bat from Bat Day, and I won't tell you where I keep that, but it's heavy, and I put spikes in it. I went to the Home Depot and did my spiking thing myself. Yes, yeah, oh yes. And then, like, a lot of people feel like their cutlery is the big thing that you use. You know, grab the butcher block with the knives in it and you stab them with the knives. And no, that is so Lifetime movie that me and Joelle saw over the weekend. Did you see the Lifetime movie where the woman had a magnetic piece on her kitchen wall and then all the knives just stuck right there? It was very chic looking, very beautiful. They were all different sizes, so she literally knew how to play songs on them and everything. But that's too obvious for when the bad guy is there. You want to have something laying around that's heavy, Norman.
Right. Yep. I mean, just keep a brick. Just a random brick.
Random brick.
Right, just find a brick.
Like I'm planning on redoing a fireplace.
Right, exactly.
Well, I don't have a fireplace, but I'm going to build one.
Right.
And so I have to use this on you.
You never know.
You really never know.
Right.
So the Grammy Awards have been postponed due to COVID. They were supposed to be on January 31st, but they've been see, that's a good get 'em. Get 'em, beat 'em. Anyway, they've been rescheduled for March 14th. It's the same day as the SAG Awards supposed to be. Yeah. Now, see, I'm a member of the SAG on account of it's part of a union thing, you know, SAG-AFTRA. And I pay my dues and everything. It's a fortune. But you have to be a member if you want to be, if I want to sit here, I have to have my membership up to date, like they hold you hostage. But okay. But I must say, my people, SAG-AFTRA, our award show is not as interesting as the Grammys. I'm not even an award show watcher, no matter what the award is, but I like how the American Music Awards presented with their artists. You know, some of them were virtual and some of them actually did performances that were taped, and it was nice. But why did you do this at the same time on the same day as the SAG Awards? Because I know that people from one organization know the other, so you can't use the excuse you didn't know. I just feel as though you all are doing the wrong thing. And Grammys, it's not too late for you to change the date of when you're gonna do yours if you must be on TV, because quite frankly, you can go virtual, all virtual Grammys, or how about this? Save us all the trouble of watching and just send us emails telling us who won and in what categories. And I don't get emails, but somebody will tell me. Like Norman.
Right.
Who was the one who suggested the emails.
Right. Just cancel it, send out a press release.
Yeah.
Done with it. It's coronavirus.
Yeah.
Right.
And by the way, people were accusing Lamar of being on drugs again.
Right.
Only because So he's bored in the house like a lot of us, and he took a towel, or was it a real wig?
It was like a real wig.
Okay, do we have the picture?
And he called himself Black
Black Jesus.
Yeah.
And then people had, and people had a fit, and they got on social media, and they said that he must be back on drugs. He doesn't look on drugs. He looks like Lamar being bored, and his friend looks like, you're really doing this? Well, maybe a glass of wine. Maybe he's had a glass of wine. He doesn't need, but Jesus drank wine. But here is Lamar right away clapping back at you who clapped at him.
It's Lamar Odom, man. Black Jesus is just my alter ego, and I'm trying to bless y'all in 2K and Madden on Twitch. Just my alter ego.
Just playing. So there's this Disney girl who's wildly popular. She's like the Blue's Clues of today. She's being accused. Her name is JoJos Juice. You know her. Yeah, like Miley kind of, but she's huge. And she's with Disney. And she's got lots of money. And she was on Dance Moms just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I think she was on Nickelodeon, not Disney.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, they're spelled the same way.
Right.
Prompter people. Anyway, she's on Nickelodeon, and she's in a little bit of trouble, but I don't believe that this is this girl's fault. When she was on with our girl Maggie from Dance Moms, her mom was one of those big mouth moms pushing her daughter out there to do stuff, and the daughter was really good at doing stuff and making it big. And within a minute of her being on Dance Moms, she became a Disney star. There she is with our girl Mags. Hi, Mags. Anyway, so there's this board game that is out, and they're saying that it's called JoJos Juice. And the directions say 6 and up. Well, parents are furious at some of the inappropriate questions. Well, at 6, have you ever kissed a boy? Have you ever been arrested? Yeah. Have you ever walked in on someone naked? Now, mind you, this game has been out for over 2 years. And this is a social media girl, and so is her mom. So why it is that they're saying they didn't know about this, I have no squinting and looking carefully idea. But here's JoJo. She's very outspoken. She's the kind of daughter that you're glad is around, but that you're glad is not yours because she's, you know, Suzanne, those kids who think they know more and they really do know more than us, but you just don't want that for your own, not in your house.
I'm glad I have boys.
Yeah. Here she is. Look at her enunciate.
Over the weekend, it has been brought to my attention by my fans and followers on TikTok that my name and my image have been used to promote this board game that has some really inappropriate content. I would have never, ever, ever approved or agreed to be associated with this game if I would have seen these cards before they started selling it.
Aren't you glad she's not your daughter, though? But that money she's making, their house is sick. I mean, she really does have a legitimate big business. I do blame JoJo and her mom because they signed that Nickelodeon contract, and Nickelodeon owns those kids until they are adults, pretty much. And when they own them, then the agent, first of all, they can do anything that they want without you knowing, which is why you should read the fine print and then maybe do a little arguing. No. We need to know. You need to call at least me. I'm mom, I'm the manager, you need to call me. Don't call the agent because the agents sometimes are crooked and will do deals over here with like a Nickelodeon type place or whatever the brand is without you knowing, and next thing you know, you're put out there in an image that you don't want to represent you. So I blame these two for not reading the fine print, but Nickelodeon has since pulled this. And Nickelodeon, not for nothing, you're already kind of soiled for putting this out behind this girl's back. I believe that they put it out behind her back. And I do believe that you need to be careful, you moms and dads who want your kids to be these little grown-up adults, read the fine print and always let it come to your house. Or else you have your own lawyer that you pay yourself. You don't let I don't care whether it's Disney, Nickelodeon, or whoever, don't let them get away with that. I liked your jacket, by the way. Sparkly. Yeah. So, okay, here we go again. And the one where she was talking to us, too. She's got good teeth, a nice jacket. I wonder if they're all her teeth. You know, at an early age, when these kids want to be stars, they will say, knock them all out and let's start all over again. We don't have time for braces. Okay, speaking of sexualizing children, Disney is being accused of pushing really bad body images of kids. And even though this is a girl I'm about to show you, this goes for boys as well, because boys look at this and boys say, woo, social media users. There was a social media user actually who saw this picture of a Disney character. It was a short film made by Disney back in 2016. And none of you parents watched this with your kids, or maybe some of your kids watched but didn't tell you. Well, would you look at this?
Oh my God.
And by the way, not only is she a Kardashian with, what's the Australian girl? With Iggy Azalea arms, you know, real skinny. And a big weave. Would you look at her behind?
Unbelievable. Oh, I'm jealous of her.
She's something else.
Yes. Wow.
What did you say? Jump stuff?
I'm jealous. I'm jealous of that. I'm jealous of a cartoon character.
Who's a child?
Yeah. Oh, ew. Gross.
And by the way, in the movie, she does play the hot girl on the beach. So not only is she shaped like this, but she's doing the stereotype. If I had a young child, I'd be very, very mad at this, and I would get all the mothers in the neighborhood and all the mothers at the school, mothers of boys and girls, because see, boys look at this and they're like, I know what I want. And they even start mom shaming. Mom, why don't you look like that? Where's your booty? Why's your waist so big? And haven't you heard, boobs are out, this is in. And I'd be like, why is her nose so big? And why is she a butterface? Well, if you want to look like an adult, then we could treat you like an adult here at Wendy.
Yeah.
Just saying, she's a butterface.
Totally.
She's a butterface. So all you kids aspiring to be like her, just look at her face. And this is not realistic. This is a character. I know that you can buy this. You watch the Miss Wendy show. We tell stories like this. We don't do this show for you kids, though. We do this shows for your moms and your grandmoms. So go over in the corner and wait until we can talk about something else appropriate for you. Not. So terrible these days. I feel, you know. Anyway, so Gucci Mane, who they call Mane. I always call him Man, I'm sorry, Gucci. Gucci Mane and his wife Keisha, you know, they've been here to the show before, and I've been wearing her makeup here and there. Morel has it back there, and I did not realize that, you know, who she was until I met her. Well, and they welcomed their first child in December. And the baby boy's name is Ice Davis. He's got them 3 teardrops. Oh. But Ice Davis, so she posted that she got a push present from Gucci, and what it was $1 million in cash. In cash. Just $1 million. And I think that's great. By the way, I love her dress. Yes. I love the look of them both as a couple, like, good-looking couple. all that jewelry and stuff. Here's the thing, because the country is starving and people are losing jobs, you know, it's like bad timing to be saying that you got to push present. I mean, I know you're going to do you anyway, but I'm just saying, how do you pronounce her name?
Keisha Kayor.
Keisha K-Dor.
Kayor.
Kayor. But Keisha, yeah, it's just bad time. You know, people get envious and people are in need, and I know that you and your husband do a lot of charitable work, but people always overlook that when the super rich do super rich things. Like when you gave him his gift of, little baby Ice's Ice Life. It says on there, ice all around the chain, the whole bit, and he's on social media, you know, talking about that. He's got on a nice outfit. He's got the bracelet to match, but she's able to afford that. This setup that he got from her was $2.5 million. And then he gave her $1 million. So the haters say, well, $3.5 million, couldn't you all find something better to do with that money? And I say, let them enjoy their success and their wealth, number one. And number two, they do a lot of charitable work. And number three, we've got more great show for you. Up next, Bellamy Young is here, so grab a snack and come on back. Please welcome back to our show, Bellamy Young. Oh, Bellamy. Shoe cam, please. She's ready. Yup. Now.
Jump food today, so I thought it'd be cute with a little ankle boot.
Bellamy, I noticed a dog in the background.
Yes, my razor. I know the last time we talked, you just adopted your babies too.
Yes.
But I got this guy.
Well, you know, no, you were the one, you were on the show that day, and you were saying to me that if I had a pet, it would really, you know, warm things up and, you know, they're just nice to have home. And I told you that I was looking for two sisters together. And yes. And I have to tell you something, I don't know about you, but I would not have survived quarantine if it weren't for them. They just make the house. So what?
I went into chat. I love him so much.
What does Razor do for you?
You know, he's just pretty and dumb, and he's just loving as can be. And he's just made me giggle every day.
Yeah.
So it just softened a really hard year, you know?
Yeah. And so, your boyfriend, I do recall you being with him last time you were here, the hot guy.
Wow, look, give me a say hi, sweetheart. Say hey, Wendy.
Oh, wow. Hi. You really are handsome.
He's good.
You're kind.
Yum. So, but you guys are you were prior doing a long distance relationship, but now you're quarantined together and you've been together for a year solidly. That could be good or bad.
Yeah. It's been the best. We've been together 3.5 years total, but he's a musician, and so he's usually on tour, and we're together maybe a couple of weeks a month, but it's been nonstop since March. And, you know, I had a lot of friends that have not had the same experience in their relationships during the pandemic, but it's been wonderful. You know, he is a drummer, so we play music, you know, I sing and he plays and he cooks. And
do you watch a lot of TV?
So we just everything.
Do you watch a lot of TV?
Yes, we watched, this year was a gift in that way. Like there was a lot of good stuff to watch. And we have sat right on that sofa and done the watching.
Now his name is Pedro. Pedro taught you how to ride, you never knew how to ride a bike?
You know, I missed out on all that stuff. I didn't learn to ride a bike, oh Lord, or drive a car when I was
Where are you? You're in New York. It looks like you're on the Hudson River or something.
No, we're over, honey, where were we? In Dumbo. We were in Dumbo.
Okay,
and that, what you can't hear is me probably just going, a little bit like that. Because, you know, and when you're a child, the ground isn't that far. So if you fall, it's not a really big deal. Now I'm like, I'm very far from the ground. I'm also 50 years old and I don't want to break something. I make my living with my face. What am I doing moving independently on these tiny little wheels? But it works.
I learned how to ride when I was a kid, but I haven't been on a bicycle in a long time and really do think that it would be difficult. So I'm scared.
I gotta recommend he started us on tandems. You just have to get somebody to ride in front and do the pedaling.
Let's go to Central Park one day and we do tandem and then we go all individually.
You know, I'm glad that everybody from Scandal is still really close because Kerry Washington, she called you up. Tell everybody about what I'm sorry, it's a Shonda show. What show is it? Did I have it right? Scandal. Scandal.
Yeah, Scandal.
Oh, I was right. Go, Wendy, remember stuff. So Kerry calls you up and go ahead. What did she say?
Well, bless her, because, you know, as big a heart as she has just as a friend, she also has an enormous heart just as a citizen. She's always done so much for different administrations over the years. And just, you know, anyway, this year she was very invested in our election process, and she created something called IC 2020, which wanted to affect cultural change. But she realized that, like, fancy people saying, I'm gonna do this and so should you, has like the opposite effect. So what's much more exciting is to make people like feel engaged and, you know, let them make their own decisions, let them tell their friends and family about their own decisions. And that provides a groundswell where everyone becomes involved in democracy. And the way to do that is by making things fun. So the first video we did was me and Kerry, we recreated a scene from Dynasty, and it was for Push Black on Instagram. And we sort of did it as a teaser around Diane Carroll's birthday. And then anyone who was interested in, you know, Scandal or Dynasty or Diane Carroll or any of it went to Push Black and learned a little bit more, and then they could get involved there, sort of grassroots with what Push Black was doing.
I saw that
they
scene.
registered so many people.
I saw that scene and I heard the audio as well. Boy, oh boy, that was good. And you only had a moment to remember all your lines because Kerry was like, come on, go. I heard you're a big fan.
She called and she was like, would you? And I was like, of course. And she's like, good. It needs to be done in like 4 hours.
Oh.
I was like, okay.
Hey, let me
pin my dirty hair up and let's say some things.
I heard you're a big fan of Jeopardy. And you actually were on with Alex and you won that $5,000. What was it, $50,000? 5,000?
Yeah.
Isn't that 50? 50, wow.
It was Celebrity Jeopardy. So it wasn't like, you know, it was a little bit easier than normal Jeopardy, but Alex was such a gentleman and just a wonderful, wonderful human. And they, as an organization, and he have given away so much money over the years. They've made such a difference. The $50,000 I won went to Operation Blankets of Love, which is just 2 people trying to help shelter pets in Southern California become more adoptable. And they bought a van. It like transformed their business that one moment on Jeopardy. So
by the way, even if you weren't on Celebrity Jeopardy, but just regular, you would have still gotten them. Let's not forget she graduated from Yale. She wanted to be a scientist, but fell in love with theater instead. So now,
you know what? Here's the tip. My lawyer had done a bunch of game shows and she told me the inside scoop on Jeopardy, which is, of course, you have to be able to like hear the question, know the question, but all you have to do is you keep your eyes on the fairy lights, because when the fairy lights light up, your clicker goes live. So I was in a complete brownout just thinking, lights, clicker. Oh, did I hear the question?
Yeah.
But it worked.
But you knew the answer and you won. So now your new project is a pretty big deal. It's your 2nd season, huh? For Prodigal Son.
Yes.
Talk about the show, what it's about.
Well, you guys, if you haven't watched the show, it's sort of, you know, we all are sure that our parents messed us up. But on this show, my husband, Michael Sheen, is a serial killer. And our son, Tom Payne from Walking Dead, has sort of grown up in the shadow of that man, trying to figure out if he's going to become like him or define himself against him. And now he is helping the NYPD profile murderers and catch murderers. So he's trying to sort of atone for the sins of his father. But last season, we ended up with a murder that my daughter did. So maybe it's not like father like son, maybe it's like father like daughter. So that's where we are.
Bellamy, every time you come here, there's something new to know. Season 2 of Prodigal Son premieres Tuesday night at 9 on Fox. Oh, and the last Jeopardy with Alex Trebek is tonight. Yeah, check your local listings. Celebrity Fan Out is next. Thank you, Bellamy. Thank you. Time for Celebrity Fan Out. You know I love this. We are getting some big celebrities who actually stop and take our fan outs. I love Amelia is in New York City. She watches our show on WNYW. Amelia writes, "Dear Wendy, how you doing? I was having lunch when I met Harry Styles. He posed for 3 photos with me and was such a gentleman." Wow, you guys look like a couple too. Yeah. Okay, our next celebrity fan out comes from Christian, who watches the Wendy Show on KTTV in Granada Hills, California. And Christian writes, "Hey Wendy, how you doing? I was at the mall when I met Viola Davis." Viola looks different every time we see her, so you must be a super fan to have, because I would not have recognized Viola. Anyway, she says, Christian says, "I was so flustered, all I could say was, I can't wait to see you get away with murder tonight." And so she posed for the picture. That's nice. Our next celebrity fan out comes from Tara, who watches the Wendy Show on WPTA in Ligonia, Indiana. And Tara writes, "Hey Wendy, how you doing? I was at a concert when I was pulled on stage by Sir Paul McCartney." No, it gets bigger. "He saw my poster and helped me announce my pregnancy to the entire arena." Wow. And our last celebrity fan out comes from Renee, who watches the Wendy Show on KTTV in West Hollywood, California. And Renee writes, "Hey Wendy, how you doing? My sister Sharon and I met Lionel Richie. He was in the hospital, and in other words, walking around in the hospital, not sick. In the hospital, and I got better when the nurses said she could meet Lionel Richie. No, she got better. The sick lady got better when, and her sister was there. Okay, so she said, say you, say me, I'm gonna meet Lionel Richie, even if I'm on my deathbed." And so, good for you. And get well soon. Lionel Richie's a nice guy. All these people were nice people. Thank you so much for going on with our celebrity fan out. If you ever have an encounter with a celebrity, sharing is funny. Go to wendyshow.com for all the details. Ask Wendy is next. For Ask Wendy. Kay is in Phoenix. Hi, Kay. How you doing?
Hey, Wendy. How you doing? So Wendy, I'm sending you so much love and light.
Thank you.
I do have a question for you.
Okay.
And also, I'm so ready to see your movie. Okay.
Thank
also,
you.
I have shoe cams, so these are the shoes I would wear with this outfit. Okay. So I'm going to stop, Wendy. Okay. My question is, earlier last year, I got in an entanglement with this married woman. And basically, the relationship really traumatized me. And my current girlfriend basically asked me to move in, and I do love her a lot, but I feel like I'm just kind of apprehensive about moving in together because I just feel like I don't want to lose.
Wait.
Like, I lost so much last year, Wendy.
Kay, you're everywhere.
Yeah.
What does the married woman have to do with your relation? Because you were a home wrecker. Okay. Okay.
And that's how I felt. I did.
So we're gonna end that. We're gonna end that now. So now, what about your girlfriend that you feel moving in? How long have you been with your girlfriend?
Well, we've been together for about 5 months. She was with me when I went through a really traumatic situation last year. And
what was the situation?
We've just been together ever since.
What was the situation?
I lost a child last year.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't think after 5 months during quarantining that you need to move in with anybody, even if there was no quarantining, it's too soon. Also, close your legs to married women. Thank you, Kay.
I love you, Wendy.
I love you, Kay. She
day.
had the shoe cam. She had the love and light. And I think I'm all over the place. Wow, my people. Elizabeth is in North Carolina. Elizabeth, how can I help you? How you doing?
How you doing?
Good,
Hi,
thank you.
Wendy. I just turned 50 and I've been out of the dating game for a while. My family, my boys, and my sister keep telling me to do me, to stop taking care of others and do me. So do you think I've seen the dating apps, I've seen horror flicks on that, and I have friends that always have to check with their partners before going out. Do you think it's bad if I look for a rich, older guy that would be willing to live with me, have fun, and take care of me, just for the fun?
Do I think it's what?
Do you think it would be bad of me to look for a rich,
No, but I think
older
it's very
guy just to take
unrealistic
care
of you to think that this could happen. I mean, there's always a possibility. You're a cute woman, but let's face facts. 50 is a particular age, and rich older guys are usually our age. They're looking for something young and dumb. See, we're seasoned and we know things, number one. I wouldn't let your friends or family at this point in your life dictate your love life. But I think that you should just calm down and wait for quarantining to be over, and don't hunt for the rich older guy. You know, look for everybody. And do you take care of yourself? Everything looks nice behind you. You look nice. What do you do for a living?
For a living, I'm an account manager, and yes, I do take care of myself.
Very nice. Well, I wish you luck looking for men everywhere and not being bossed around by your family and friends to do it. All right, thank you very much. More Ask Wendy is next. And I'm sorry that she lost the baby, but okay, so she was dealing with a man, and then a homewrecker dealing with a married woman, and then's got a live-in girlfriend that she's Ask Wendy is something else. Well, Tanya is from the Bronx, but she doesn't spell her name like Tanya. She spells it T-A-U-N. Tanya from the Bronx. How you doing, Tanya?
How you doing, Wendy?
Fine, thanks, Tanya. How can I help you?
Okay, well, I've been in a relationship for 10 years. We've been engaged 4 years. We have a 6-year-old son together, and we're planning to get married. But he has a lot of toxic, bad behaviors, and it's giving me cold feet on getting married. Should I stay or should I go?
Okay, you've been with him for 10, engaged for 4. Right,
Yes.
Right there is a red flag that he probably only gave you the ring out of pressure. I don't believe in 4-year relationships. I think that he not trapped you. You had the baby out of love, but I don't think that he was ever planning on marrying you, just keeping you happy in there at the house, doing you, Tanya. Do you have any other children living with you besides this one?
My older children from a previous relationship.
Okay, how old are they?
My oldest is 27, and I have a 19-year-old.
And
All boys.
And so you're all quarantined together?
Yes.
See, you left that part out. Now, what are your man's bad habits? Because you've left that out. Toxic behavior during quarantine.
Irresponsibilities, hanging out, drinking. Everything is excessive. He overworks, he overdrinks, he just overdoes.
Can you be co-parents and just let him go?
I feel I can, but I don't know if he can.
What do your 2 sons say?
They love him and they love us, but they want mommy to be happy.
Does he put his hands on you?
Not at all.
Okay. He verbally abuses you?
Not at all.
Okay.
He's a very sweet, awesome guy. It's just he has these issues.
Do you think he could stop drinking?
Not stopping.
Do you think he could stop bad behavior by going to counseling, you two?
I would hope so, but it's like, it's only me pushing.
You know what? I'm sorry about New Year, New You. I would say, if it were me, I would have to end this relationship. You'll always be with him because you share one child together, and your sons happen to like him. I think that you'll be, how old are you now?
I'm 43.
At 43, you are young enough still, you can go on and be happy here in NYC. Don't leave the city. Just, you know, and as far as whether he can get over it or not, I hope he doesn't think about running up on and knocking at the door, you know, once you end this with him. Do it in person and with your sons in the other room with a Grammy or something. All right, Tanya, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Everything you love about The Wendy Show is available where? WendyShow.com. Of course, WendyShow.com. And we'll be right back. I don't have any big weekend plans. It's whatever. That's what I love about New Life. Monday, a full hour of juicy hot topics. Have fun this weekend. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on Wendy. Bye.
How you doing? Nice.